Hey everybody, it's been a while since I've done a little bit longer um, talk, but I wanted to share something that happened with me a couple of days ago. Excuse me, I had a lozenge because my throat's a little funky. Um, I've shared this already on my live show, my live and direct with Sin and Friends on Thursdays, um, but I wanted to share it with my extended audience because I don't know what it means, but it was just really fascinating. So I'll start off here. When I had my NDE, one of the things that I was told while I was in the in between was that I had an option to either um, stay where I was and be an observer, or to go back to this realm and participate. And I chose to participate because I wasn't ready to not continue my time with my daughter. And though I know Source knows all and had her, I felt the need to still be in her life. So I came back, even though my life at the time was in turmoil and very, very, very difficult. And one of the things that they said to me was, if you go back, you just go back knowing that there are going to be some very, very dark times coming. It wasn't going to be easy. It was going to be difficult times. But that was all the prelude to the changes on Earth and how Earth was going to be a much more beautiful place. And people were going to be leading more with love, less with ego, less with logic, and actually more spirit-led lives. And I was like, oh, that'd be great. And they said, you're not going to be there for all of it, but you'll be there for the beginning. You're kind of like going to be like Moses looking over the mountaintop. You can't go into the promised land, but you're not going to fully go there, but you'll be able to see the beginnings of it. So I was like, okay, that's what I want to do then. I don't care how hard it is. But when I got through that experience, I started working on, though I was still in this realm, to still be the observer, to only have a limited participation. You can't help participate if you're here, if you're alive. But I wanted to feel what I felt there, which was this peace and understanding that all is working out for our betterment. Everything. We're evolving through it all, including the dark times. So I wanted to practice while on this realm, doing more observing and less participating when it comes to emotional things, right? So when I watch something on the news, instead of freaking out and getting enraged, even though it's something that should cause concerns and it's awful, I still just receive the information with the knowing that even that is being used for our good. Sometimes those dark things and dark people cause the light to be exposed, right? And so I've been doing a lot more of that. So a lot of times when things happen, I'm almost at ease with it all, no matter how difficult it is. And plus I don't engage in listening to a lot of things. If I recognize that this might move me away, move me out of observing and into being emotionally caught up in something I can't do anything about, I take a step back. Obviously, I'm a human being and things move me. But most of the time, I can look at things from an objective point of view, understanding that all is working out. So the other day, I was at my side gig, which is to substitute teach, and I often do PE because I like to be physical. And I was covering a male PE teacher who was, since I'm female, I can't actually go into the boys' locker room. So I stand outside of it, which is right across the way from the cafeteria. Long story short, I heard it sounded like a hive of voices it was many voices, and it started off like this low, intense hum, and then got louder on this crescendo. And what it was a group of kids pouring out of the cafeteria, and they were moving straight for me. And it turns out it was two young ladies, well, one young lady attacking another, and all these kids wanting to shoot it. And I'm standing there with all my water bottle and my attendants and all of this, and I realize they're hitting right for me. And I'm observing this, and I'm thinking logically, oh my gosh, I'm so sad that that person feels like they need to attack that baby, and that these people are so bored that they have to shoot it for social media or whatever they're doing that for. And the looks of intensity and almost rapture on their faces to see the violence. I'm witnessing all of this, but it's coming right for me. And I was like thinking logically, okay, it's time to get out of this mess. It's time to get out of this fray. But I don't know how, because I'm surrounded by children that are not seeing me. They're just seeing the violence. And I promise you, someone, I don't know who it was, I think it might have been my dad in spirit, picked me up by my armpits and carried me through this crowd. And my feet were like dangling, and later the teachers told me it looked like I was dancing through the crowd, and because couldn't just go straight back because there were so many people to get around. So it was like a snake movement to avoid me being hit or pummeled by these children. And the whole time I'm thinking, wow, someone's carrying me out of the fray. I'm observing it. Someone's getting me out of this. I wonder whoever they are, they're huge. And sure enough, they got me through it, and then they set me down. It was happening very quickly. Actually, I'm still sore from it because all the horizontal movement, I'm not used to moving like that often. And and then I was on the outside watching. And finally, they were able to pull the kids out and get to the young ladies in the altercation and do with them as they needed to. And all the teachers came running up to me because they thought the kids were jumping me, because I was literally in the eye of it. I was there. And so I was like, no, I'm fine. And no one believed me. They were like, are you sure? You have to be hurt. You have to be. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And so they eventually went and watched the tapes. And then that's when they came and said, it was so crazy. It looked like you were dancing through the crowd. But what they didn't know is it wasn't me. I was just with it and observing it, but I was being carried out. And it's a really interesting way to live. You know, I think it's important to be passionate about things and to participate in a very present way. But sometimes things that you can't really do that much about, it's an interesting exercise to be the observer and help when you can. And it makes all the chaos seem far less frightening when you can look at it that way. Anyway, I love you guys.